What's up guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Nicole and I'm back with another video guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for passing by. Thank you guys for watching my videos. I really appreciate. Thank you so much guys. And for everyone who is new here to my YouTube channel, you are welcome. Thank you for dropping by. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your post notification bell so that you get notified every time that I post a new video. I post new videos every week, so please subscribe to join the family so that you don't get to miss any of my videos. So today I decided I'm going to do a story time. I'm going to do a story time. I'm going to be telling you guys about how I got robbed. I actually did. It's so absurd, but I did get robbed, you guys, some time back. So I'm going to tell you the story about how it all went down, how it happened. So just get ready to listen. Get your tea, get your water, anything that you need. Sip on something while you listen to this story, guys. So because I feel like it will help someone out there. You guys need to stay woke. You guys need to know how these people actually manipulate you into I don't know, stealing your stuff. So you guys might have noticed this little wound I have on my lip. That I'm not really I've been sick. I think I'm sick. But I'll be okay. It's nothing to worry about. So just don't mind it. I know it could have, I think it's visible in the video, but whatever. I'm shooting from the car today because there's a lot of there's people in the house right about now, so I can't really shoot from there, you know, the noise and all that. So I'm shooting from the car today, which is not really bad. It's okay. So I hope you guys like it. I hope the lighting is okay. Let me fix you guys. So I hope the lighting is okay, everything is okay. So let's get right into the video. Alright guys, so this happened in 2016, towards the end of 2016, because I was done with school. I was doing internship at the moment. So there's an exhibition. There's always exhibitions that go on in Lugogo. So this was the art and crafts exhibition. So we had to go and showcase our work. That's where people take their work, showcase it, and those who like it buy it. So we took part of the exhibition, because I remember then our teacher who was teaching us, like during internship, was like, you guys can do work and take it and sell it. So at that point, you know, we registered, paid, and took part in the whole, you know, art and crafts exhibition. So one time I was on my way to Lugogo. I took a taxi from town to Lugogo, and you guys know that Lugogo stage, where taxis normally park for people to like come out around game, actually around game. So like, is it around game? It is actually, it's around game. So we reach, I move out of the taxi and I jump out. So immediately, as soon as I jump out of the taxi, this guy walks up to me, really some old guy walks up to me. He's like, you guys, first of all, I really feel pity for old people. Like, there's that compassion I have. Like, I saw this old guy, he was suffering. I felt like he needed my help, so he stopped me. He was like, because I just moved out of the taxi, and he stopped me and he goes like, "Nyabo mama nsaba kunyamba." So I was like, I was already feeling bad for this guy. He was really old, an old guy. He was old. I think he was dressed in Oba was it? Some long sleeved shirt, I think, and some black pants. So he stopped me. He's like, "Mama nsaba kunyamba." I was eager to listen, so I was like, wanji sebo nkuyambe ntya. So it's like, nsaba kunyamba in Luganda, guys. Nsaba kunyamba mvudde Masaka, waliwo basi y'abazungu eyagudde kabenje, abazungu abo babadde basawo, basi yabwe yagudde kabenje. You guys, this story is intense. It's crazy. So he goes on to tell me, basi yabwe yagudde kabenje, eddagala lyabwe waliwo research gye baadde bakola, eddagala lyabadde nalyo mu basi naye ne balibuza kugamba erimu ne lyatika, naye bataddewo sente ne bagamba nti analiraba n'alibaleetera bagenda muwa sente. Oh, okay. Meanwhile, guys, I'm not really the person who stops and listens to, you know, people talking to me. Like someone random is going to stop me in town. Gwesimani, someone that I don't really know is going to stop me and talk to me. I don't normally pay attention to such people, but I don't know. These people, there's something these people do. It's like some kind of juju or something. I tell you, as soon as he opened his mouth to speak to me, it's like I just lost it. I lost my mind right there. Like I was listening to him. It didn't make sense at all, but I kept on listening. So he tells me, nzize ntambula nvudde Masaka bangambye mbune eddwaliro lyabwe liri awo Nakawa atwalayo eddagala lino bagenamu oba million meka. He said whoever takes this medicine is going to be given a reward of I don't know, was it 1.5 oba bukadde bumeka? I don't even remember the money, but it was in millions. It was a lot of money. I was like, oh, okay. So he was showing me the medicine which he claims he had picked from Masaka when the accident happened. So he shows me the medicine. It was in some tiny thing, you know, like a test tube. You know those test tubes they use in those scientists use. You know those test tubes that we used to use in our chemistry classes. So was it chemistry, was it biology, whatever? So he pulls out that car tube, and it has tiny crystals inside of it. Some tiny crystals, you could think it's really medicine. And on it was there was a paper, you know, written on it. It had like a scientific name. You could really think it's medicine, some longest scientific name, so you could really think it's actually medicine. It's crystals inside, you know. You can really tell, man, this is real medicine. So the guy tells me, so immediately, as soon as he pulls out this test tube, and then this judge guy, this border guy came from nowhere. I think he was at the stage there waiting, which I think right now the old guy was in cahoots with the judge guy. So guy weyamala bulungi okujayo the medicine nakandaga bulungi, this judge guy comes, nedda muzeyi, no, you can't do that, eddagala tosobola dijayo batyo mu bantu bajja kulaba, jangu mtulemba twale bajja kulaba, people will see you. Meanwhile, this whole conversation is happening in Uganda. I'm sorry, guys, but yeah, that's how it was. It's like, no, Mzee, you can't pull out that medicine like that in public. People here in Uganda, but yeah, bajakaba, jangu tugende. I didn't even, you guys, I know some of you are going to start judging me like, Nicole, how would you do that? It's crazy. It's like really stupid. So meanwhile, I've reached my place of work, and this guy has stopped me. Haven't even entered. I'm deciding to help some guy I don't even know. I'm deciding to get on a judge with two guys that I do not know in my life that I've just met there. This is when I tell you guys, banaba guy, tebali woka, there's some juju they do. Until as soon as they start to speak to you, you completely lose it. Like you lose your mind. You stop thinking. You can't think straight. So, yeah, this guy comes, our border has like, no, mujem too late, let me take you guys. So this guy, the judge guy, says he's taking us to Nakawa. Meanwhile, guys, I know how Nakawa looks like very well, but the route we took wasn't actually Nakawa route. So to Tuuka, I think we only drove for like 10 to 15 minutes. It wasn't really far. So on our way, while the guy was driving, on our way, this Mosei guy, he's really old. This old guy ngagamba naye muwala togamba bantu tokubira mikwano John kwesige njakuwayo ku sente. Meanwhile, guys, I don't want you to think I went into this whole thing, you know, thinking, okay, when I help this guy deliver the medicine, they're going to give us our money, I'm going to take half, he's going to take half, and the judge guy is going to take half as well. I wasn't even thinking about that. I wasn't thinking about taking my share of the money. I wasn't thinking about that at all. So this guy on Ngatoliku border, he starts jazzing me. Togamba bantu kuba bono bagamba they are going to come and steal the money, stuff like that. So we reach the place. We park. The judge guy parks at the roadside. Simaina wetwali, guys. I can't tell because it was my first time being there. I don't know what that place was. So he parks there and he says, Kakandi, eddwaliro lyeryo liri awo waggulu eryo eddwaliro. There was a huge building there, so it's like lyeryo eddwaliro, that's the hospital where we are going. But what we are going to do, tetugenda gendayo fenna, tetwagala tubatiise. Yeah, so this guy says, but we're not going to go there like all of us at once. We don't want to scare them. So this guy, meanwhile, this whole conversation is happening tuli ku kubo tuyimiridde by the road, like the roadside, you know, the walkway. Yeah, so we are there standing and this guy is jazzing me. Naye muwala ngenda kulekera eddwaliro lino. What me I'm going to do, I'm going to first go to the hospital and check and confirm if they have our money. Kubanga abantu bayaye, I don't want to give them their medicine then bagano kumpa sente zange, because they say that whoever picks the medicine is going to get a reward of some money. So let me first go and confirm and see if they have our money. I'm going to talk to them and tell them I have the medicine. But you stay here. Togende eri ku ddwaliro because there are cameras. Sagala bakulabe, they'll suspect something. All this time we've parked in wansi ku kubo. Yeah, we parked down there. Eddwaliro liri wali maaso, you osobola direngera, you could see it from afar. So this guy was like, you know what we are going to do? Ngenda kuleka wano with this medicine, the test tube that has those little crystals in it. Ngenda kuleka wano n'eddagala lino nze nsooke ngendeyo ndabe, because I know they have cameras, they have guards and everything, so I don't want you to be next to the hospital in case they suspect something ne bajja ne bakutwala. So this guy goes like, but naye muwala, I'm afraid you're going to call your friends and tell them about this. Mutwale dagala mwe mulirete babawe sente nze mbenga sina kyenfunye. I'm like, nedda mzee, I'm not going to do that, I can't do that. And the mzee was like, ochikakasa, are you sure? Should I trust you? Nemugamba yang ngenda kubeera wano tofaayo, mwe mugende mujja kunsangawo. Mzee n'agamba naye nedda, kyetugenda okukola just to make sure, nti togenda kudduka, kubanga oyinza okulinnya border. You could take a judge or you could take a taxi with my medicine and you run away. What we're going to do is you're going to give me all the money you have. Oinawo ku sente? And I'm like, yeah, I have some money. At that point I had some money with me. It was around 70,000. So like, oinawo ku sente? I'm like, yeah, ninawo ku sente, ko yemmeka? Nemugamba, I have 70,000 shillings. So it's like, you know what, give it to me, all of it, because I don't want to leave you with any money just in case you take a judge and run away with my medicine. I want you to stay here. We first go confirm that we first go confirm if the money is really there, and then I come back, pick the medicine, and we go. So I'm like, okay, that's fine. I get my wallet, guys. Meanwhile, I'm doing all this willingly. They're not forcing me. They're not like, I'm not at gunpoint or something. Nimfuna wallet yange bulungi. I get my pass and my money pass, and I willingly give in my 70k. Banange, if this wasn't the devil himself, I don't even know. See, I willingly give in my 70k. Katinga I go. I mean, then after he goes like, ha, naye muwala, simanyi oine simu, toina simu. Kwanza, yeah, I do have a phone. They're like, I feel like when nakuleka wano, if I leave you here alone, you might call your friends and they come for you and you run away with my medicine, what. I'm like, no, I can't do that. It's like, no, nedda, chobo ino kola. Oine simu, right? Kwanza, yeah, nine simu. Meanwhile, this judge guy is also like, Mzee inange nesiga. You should trust me also, Mzee. You should trust me. Let me give you my ID. Kati this judge guy nechifuna wallet yacho. He got his wallet. He removed his national ID, all his IDs, credit card, and nabiwa ono Mzee. To make me feel like I'm not in this alone, he's given in his stuff. I've also given in my stuff. Namuane sentences yaina. So after all this, the guy is like, you know what you should do? I don't want you to call your friends. You might call them, they pick you up, and then they go with my medicine. What you should do, funa line yo esimu jijemu line ompe sim. Like, take your SIM card out of the line and give me the phone. I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. Willingly, guys, I'm doing this willingly. They suggest and I agree. So I remove my SIM card, I keep it, and I give them the phone. Back then, I think I had like a Techno or something. So yeah, I give them my phone. They'll be like, okay, kakano, gwesigala wano, remain here. Let us first go and see the situation that's there. Then we come back. So this time when they were leaving, this guy, at this point, I see this guy saying, I'm going to leave you with the medicine and I'm going to come back for it. Let me first go see, and then I come back, pick the medicine. So he gets something. I see him bending. He gets something from his socks. Like Yaska, he pulled up his trousers and got something from his socks, which I thought was the test tube, because I didn't really see it clearly then. I knew the test tube. I knew how the test tube looked like, so I felt like he was getting it, you know, from his socks, because I mean, it's medicine. He's trying to hide it away from everyone. So he pulls up his pants and gets whatever he was getting, the medicine, from his socks. Yeah, he puts it in an envelope. Nankwasa envelope. He folds it and he gives it to me. She's like, you know what, girl, hold this envelope, hold this medicine. The reason as to why I've put it in an envelope is because I don't want people to see it. When they see it, they will know. Didn't you watch news? Because I don't really watch news. So they're like, didn't you watch news? There was an accident. So this is the medicine everyone is looking for. That's the reason as to why I put it in an envelope, so people don't really know that it's medicine, or else they'll come for you. They'll steal it away from you. And I'm like, oh, cool. So he gives me the envelope. He sits on the judge with this judge guy, and they ride off. They go. All right, sorry guys, I had to come back inside. So yeah, I stopped at the point where the judge guy had driven off with the old guy. So yeah, never again. Meanwhile, he had told me they're going to be gone for like 5-10 minutes. Guys, I stood by the roadside alone. I'm waiting for these guys to come back. I waited. It came to like 15 minutes of waiting. So what I did, I started moving towards the hospital to go and see if there is actually a hospital that side. Nentambula, I reached the building. They said that was a hospital. Guys, I'm not seeing any sign of a hospital. I think it was over some offices or something. It was not a hospital. That's the point where I started to get confused, you guys. That's the point where I started to get back to my senses. It's like, what's happening? So, I'm like, I'm still in denial. I'm like, no, maybe they'll come back. So, there was people passing by me all this time. So I stopped some lady, excuse me, do you know of any hospital around that side? The lady tells me, no, there's no hospital around here. I'm like, maybe she's not from here. She doesn't know what she's talking about. So some other guy passes by me and I'm like, excuse me, is there a hospital around that side? He's like, no, Tewali Wodwali. I'm like, what? Guys, I get confused at that point. I walk back to the direction where the hospital is supposed to be. So I walk back. Nentuka Chizimbe. It's actually not a hospital. I think there were some offices. I lose my mind. I start to panic. I start to like feel scared. I'm like, what did I just do? So guys, remember all this time I have this envelope in my hands. Yeah. So I hold the envelope. Envelope, it's soft. It's kind of soft. I'm like, they left me with the medicine, but it's so soft. So guys, I open the envelope. Bulungi, I open the envelope. Okujamu test tube, guys. I was expecting to find a test tube of medicine. Guys, you won't believe the shock that was on my eyes. I open the envelope and all that I see is a candle. Guys, there was a candle in the envelope. So at the point where this guy pulled up his pants, najayo something in his socks, he was removing a candle. A candle, that's the candle that he put in the envelope. Me, all this time I was thinking, hey Bambi, I'm holding the medicine here with me. They are going to come back. Guys, as soon as I noticed it was a candle, I was finished. It was over for me. I started panicking. I started crying. I'm by the road all by myself. I'm confused. I don't have any money on me. I've taken my phone. I can't call my friends. But you guys, I cried. You can't believe, but I cried. It was at that point I was like, what did I just do? I don't even know this guy. Like at that point, my mind started clicking. I came back to my senses. I'm like, what just happened? I willingly gave my phone to these guys. I willingly sat on a judge with people I don't know. I gave them my phone only to have a candle in my hand. Guys, I know it's funny, it's not even, it's just stupid. Like, since that point, I've never said this story to anyone. I've never said this story to my mom. How am I going to start that? And I start opening my mouth telling people, Banangi, I was robbed. Like, I gave someone my phone, I sat with them on a judge in Ibantwala. People will literally look at you like, what were you thinking? What were you thinking at that point? Couldn't you think with your brains? I mean, that's why I tell you that these guys, someone in their normal senses wouldn't really say, okay, let me get on a judge with you guys, let me give you my phone, let me agree to everything you're telling me. That's why I say that these guys have something that they do, some kind of juju or something that makes you lose your mind, that makes you stop thinking about anything. So kakati munange nefuna some judge. I called a border guy that was passing by, so I called him. I was all crying, I was a mess. The guy is telling me, Chichi, what's wrong? Wala, why are you crying? What's wrong? I got some guys, they took my phone, they took this. So the guy drives me. I had to give him his money. I was like, take me to Lugogo, I'm going to get my friends to pay you back. So he texts me, I reach Lugogo, I call my friend, I enter, Nemugamba, you know what, I need money. I came, while we were bored, and they said, but I have no money to pay them, this and this happened. My eyes were all red, they could notice I was crying. They were like, Nicole, what's going on? What's wrong with you? So Nemugamba, man, I can't, like, there's no way. I was even embarrassed. I was ashamed of telling this story, like, I can't. How am I going to start jazzing? I had reached work, but some guy stopped me in Ninya board and I need to get it. It's stupid. You can't tell that story. So my friend gives me money. I pay off the judge guy, and I reach my workstation and I'm just confused. I'm trying to think about everything that just happened, and I can't believe it. I can't believe it because it was crazy. It all happened so fast. I wasn't thinking. I'm just trying to understand what happened. And then my friend also tells me of a certain story of how they robbed her sister in the same way. I'm like, yo, these guys, is something that they do. So yeah, I'm all confused, I'm all crying. What am I going to tell my mom? I had to have a story. What am I going to tell my mom? Because there's no way I'm definitely going to go back home and tell my mom that, you know what, mom, my phone was stolen. Definitely she's going to ask how was it stolen. I'm not going to sit there and start jazzing. I gave it there willingly. Simania, I sat on a judge with. Man, how can you start jazzing that to someone? Because people don't really understand these kinds of things, yeah? So that's how I got robbed. It's really crazy. Like, how could I get on a judge with two guys that I don't know? There's a lot of bad things that happen around, you know, around the world. These guys could have killed me, they could have raped me, they could have kidnapped me, all sorts of bad things that you can think of. They could have done that, but I thank God that nothing happened. I thank God they didn't do anything to me. They only took, you know, stuff that can actually be replaced. But I mean, it's just crazy when I turn and when I go back and think about everything that happened. It's crazy. How are you going to explain that you sat on a judge with two guys, you went to get money, or you went to get a reward for something that you picked, stuff like that? It didn't really make sense. So it's like, you know what, I had to think of a story that I'm going to tell my mom. I can't really go and tell the same story to my mom. So I go, I'm like, I'm going to tell my mom my phone was stolen. Like, they snatched my bag on my way out of the taxi. I was literally moving out of the taxi like this, and some guy came out of nowhere and just grabbed my bag and ran off. Someone could believe that story because that's what people do. So that's the story. Literally, that's the story that I was telling everyone. That's the story that I was telling my friends, my family. But it's just a few people that I got to tell about this story. It's really so embarrassing that I've never really come out to say it to anyone. But guys, you need to be out. When you're out there, you need to be careful. You need to be mindful of who stops you along the way. Some people don't really have good intentions. You really have to be mindful of who you meet. If possible, don't even stop when someone stops you, I swear. Because these guys, like I said, as soon as he starts speaking to you, like, you lose your mind. You can't think straight. You can't really think. That's what happened to me. So you guys, please be careful. Be mindful when you're moving in town. Be mindful of who stops you. Don't be so eager to help. Don't be so eager to listen. I know this sounds mean, but I mean, it happened to me, so I'm woke. I mean, I'm alert these days when I'm moving. So you all need to be careful, because people are smart out there. People are doing all sorts of weird things. But I thank God that nothing really happened to me. I thank God that I'm safe up until this day. I thank God that nothing really happened to me. They didn't really get to do anything terrible. They didn't really get to do anything bad. They just took material things, money, a phone, all those kinds of things can really be replaced. So yeah, that's how I got robbed, guys. That was my story. I know it was crazy, but if you have been robbed in any weird way, you can let me know in the comment section down below. And if you enjoyed this story, if you liked this story, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment. Do not forget to share. Please share this on all your social media platforms. Share this with your friends. If you're new here, thank you. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on your post notification bell so that you get notified every time that I post a new video. So that's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.